that first game. Fantastic initiations, great ultimates, and really ultimately helping to take the victory, of course, for their team. So we'll see how Game 2 looks now. Of course, Game 1 we jumped in a little bit later on, so good to see the draft this time around, joined by Snooey here. Quick update, too, on the other series that is going on, the other final series, Solaire Club versus, who is it? Undercover Han Agents. Solaire Club is actually winning that game pretty heavily, it looks like. As I'll monitor the game for you guys real quickly, too. And it looks like they just finished, in fact. So, yeah, Solaire Club, I would believe, took game number 1. I'm going to go out and go ahead and say that. So that's interesting stuff. Again, the loser, they're done. The winner advances on to the Deadeye Bounty League.
Wow, so, very dominant game I can see right now. It's a 50-minute concede game.
Yeah, really? Oh, jeez. All right, well, we'll see how they were able to respond in game number 2 there. So maybe just didn't go their way. We've seen that before. All right, but into this game here, game number 2 of our series here. We got the Legion team trying to think about the third and final pick, or third pick before the second-tier bans. It's going to be Pyromancer. Swiftblade, Parasite, and Pyromancer. You had Magnus, Cthulhu Font, and we'll see what the third is over there. The initial bans, by the way, were Behemoth, or what was it? Warbeast, Midas, Behemoth, and Ophelia were the bans.
I'm surprised that they are banning out Ophelia.
Yeah.
I'm not seen that in quite some time. I'm not sure who did it, if it was the Legion. No, it was the Hellborn, actually.
Did, yeah.
So, not sure who is playing the jungler for Legion team. I think it's Pinky Curdy, but Ophelia is usually not the kind of hero that we see blind banned. Mm-hmm. Magnus, Cthulhu, and Shipper. I feel like all those 3 heroes from the Hellborn side are more or less counter picks. Shipper is very good versus the Pyromancer and Parasite with a focus buffer, for example, to scout out incoming ganks. Cthulhu can eat the Parasite creep, and Magnus can easily Steam Bath and Lava Surge disjoint the Swiftblade, Blade Frenzy, and Swift Slashes. So right now I would favor the Hellborn team in the draft, but both teams have a pretty solid and standard draft so far, at least.
Yeah, we saw the Team Grief in their previous round matchup. They were getting Chipper banned against them. Made a point of that. That was against Fresh. At least it was the first game, and talked about how Mighty Marcus, I guess, has a pretty good history playing the hero. So, gonna pick it up for himself right here, and we'll get a good idea of what that's all about. Again, the Magnus on top of that as well, and Massera. I'm sure that'll end up in his hands. Doctor Repulsor, Pebbles, Puppet Master, Prisoner, and Clanks are the bans we have here. Got one more to go on the Hellborn side.
I'm curious about where they're going to put this Magnus, because usually you see a Shipper in the mid lane, and then that means there is either going to be a safe lane Magnus or a Suicide Magnus, and I don't feel like Suicide Magnus is really an option versus these better or more coordinated teams. He just gets shut down completely, and as we have seen in a lot of games recently, I mean, an underleveled Magnus with no pull key up until the 20-minute mark is just not a great concept for success. So perhaps it's going to be a safe lane Shipper. We've seen Mint or Team Fresh play that numbers of time. And there is the Moraxis. Maybe they were watching the Hooncast earlier, because that's here we saw.
Yeah, we saw it do very well, actually. Again, I want to say that was actually played by Mighty Marcus.
Oh, wait, yeah, it was.
Over here. So, against Fresh, I mean, it wasn't again, but it was pretty impressive. And, yeah, both you and I agree that going into the game, definitely a hero. We just feel like, why don't we see him more? But DsBn is going to try to give us a show with him here. Torturer is the response on the side of Team Grief.
Okay, so we got the Cthulhu in the forest, we got Torture, most likely Babysit. You don't really want the Torture in a dual lane mid. It doesn't deal too much damage, and his impalement can't really hurt the opponents because there are too many creeps nearby. So most likely Torture and a hard carry last pick here. And we got a Shipper in the mid, or Suicide, but I would assume it's mid since it's Mighty Marcus hero, and then Magnus the Suicide. Left side, I mean, I don't know about Moraxis. Like, I loved it in the last game because it was so creative versus that Doctor jump, especially on the Solstice charge, for example. But in this game, a Moraxis and a Pyromancer are not going to have the power to break or bring down the Shipper on their own. Like, they don't have that solid first stun to catch the Shipper off guard, and they're going to have to do that. Now it's going to come down to Pyromancer if he can hit the Dragonfire onto the Shipper.
We'll see if he's able to do that, and they also get the bubbles on top of that. For a hero, we see plenty of times. I don't know if we've actually seen him today, so kind of funny that that works out. But going to be picked up here by DsBn, and I'll see how he performs with him. But Yeah, as far as the final
Yeah,
pick, you talked about the hard carry, probably.
yeah, I mean, I would assume that. I mean, that's like the great concept now for the Hellborn team. I mean, I don't know, Legion team, I feel like they had a pretty solid first, like, pick when the Hellborn team picked up both the Shipper and the Magnus, because that kind of indicates that the Magnus is indeed going to be a suicide. So giving Magnus a 1 versus 1 situation here now,
Yeah.
the Swiftblade versus the Magnus, that's not too smart. Magnus is very good versus other melees, thanks to his passive, the Volcanic Touch, will both last hits and harasses the opponent at the same time. And Bubbles versus a Torture and a Soul Stealer, like, seriously, what is he going to be able to accomplish up there? He's going to be level 1 for the entire game. So I don't know. I mean, it's going to come down to the Parasite now, I guess. But, I mean, they could have the Pyromonster box out the Magnus at the bot lane at the same time. But he's not going to be able to completely box out the Magnus. And eventually, like, Meraxus is going to lose versus a 1 versus 1 against the Shipper in that case. So, Hellborn team, like, big heads up. And, yeah. Maybe DsBn surprises me and does something like a man-up pseudo tri-lane with Bubbles in the mids, Swiftblade 1 versus 1, and, like, Meraxus, Pyromonster, Parasite offensive, but at the same time, Meraxus is not a good hero in that case because he is the defensive hero. He's not the offensive hero. We saw it last time versus Doctor, for example. That's when the enemy jumps on you. That's when it's good because you activate Arcane Shield. He can soak up a lot of damage. But if you want to go for a kill, if you want to play offensive, which this entire Legion team is more or less all about, like it just screams defense or offensive plays with Pyromonster, Bubbles, Parasite, for example. So even though I liked it in the last game, I don't feel like it's gonna work out here.
All right, let's see if we're going to try it here. As far as the lag issues that we have, that Bubbles specifically had, see if it's good to go. But yeah, I will say Haxren, he has plenty of history playing Soul Stealer, and going to be that case here. They drafted it for him, and right away readies up on it, being in that brown spot right there. So we'll see how he's able to perform once again. Going to be that short lane Soul Stealer, of course. Talk about the Torture also up here, and how is DsBn going to decide to lane this, maybe figuring that's the case. And actually, they are going to send the Meraxus and the Pyromancer to the top lane, at least so far. Bubbles will end up short lane, and, of course, Swiftblade going to be in the middle lane. I almost thought that was Panty playing Swiftblade for a second, but no, that would be silly. He's playing the Pyromancer. Pee-wee, of course, playing the Swiftblade here. So,
what are they doing here, though?
What's up? Oh.
Is it an offensive tri-lane? It is.
Yeah. Pyromancer, he was going elsewhere initially, but then, he's headed back top and waiting to see what the map is telling them, I guess. But, yeah, no, Parasite, he's looking like he's going to be aggressive here.
I think this is the best they could do under the circumstances. I think they've come to the realization that it's like if they ran swiftly 1 versus 1 versus the Magnus, that's not going to end too well for them. But at the same time, I mean, Meraxus, he was 4th pick, so I mean, it feels like the Legion team already should have a good idea of how they wanted to build their team and like what kind of timings they were looking to achieve. And I mean, in this particular lineup, I mean, Meraxus is the one who's going to have to do all the initiation. Sure, Bubbles can help him a little bit, but it's still not like, I mean, a solid stun that Bubbles can provide. So it's all going to be about this Meraxus and if he can actually find the farm. So, wait, Torture?
He's being sneaky here. He's got the warded sight down. He sees the Pyromancer and the Parasite going to the jungle.
That was really smart, though. I like that spot by him. If that would have been a Bubbles, he could have gotten a full impalement off or forced a Shell Surfer right away.
Yeah, but it ends up being the aggressive tri-lane, so having to fall back, and obviously it's going to be fine.
And they're getting the pull straight away as well, or the Archer dies, so they're going to get lane pulled back. This is really good for the Legion side.
Good positioning for them. You see Soul
What kind of creep do they have? Catman Champion. Okay, they can't score first blood quite yet, I think. It's a little bit too low. I think they could have scored the first blood if they just went for it, but he decided to farm with the Catman instead.
So now seeing this here, if you're Team Grief, do you send the Torturer elsewhere and just saying like I don't want to give them another target to possibly kill, or you
I
actually
think
compete
they
against
can
this?
contest this easily.
Yeah?
Like Cthulhuphant is here for a reason, and that's because he's so good versus Parasite, or I think that's why they drafted him at least. So Parasite is going to be forced out of your jungle already. I think he's just going to rotate back to the normal kind of lane. So I don't know. Penny has placed one Ward of Saito here, so he is aware of the Cthulhuphant coming in for a gank, but they still need to be careful because Soul Stealer might not look like he has too much damage early on, but if he is level 3, I mean, those hands are still like quite deadly.
Yeah. Middle lane, though. Chipper's in a lot of trouble as Parasite comes with a Skeleton King, and he eventually falls right there. Pee-wee
Really well played.
getting credit for the kill on Swiftblade. Yeah, good execution, and that's a good roam from Parasite. This early on.
That's kind of a risk by placing this Wood of Sight here by dark green up at the top lane. Sure, you get vision and you can box out the bubbles, which I assume he thought was going to be up here, but you're not going to have vision on the rune. You're not going to have a vision on the rotations like coming out from the Pyre Monster and the Parasite. And we already see that Penny is moving towards the top rune at least. I mean, if that would have been an invis, he could have gone mid and gotten another kill straight away.
Yeah. See Parasite now level 3 on top of that as well, so safe to say he's had a pretty good start right here. Soul Stealer, of course, important for him to get those souls added up early on. It seems like he's accomplishing that, at least so far. He is maxed out currently at those 10 souls of his, so 7 and 6 creep farm. Makes sense there. Need to be a little careful as Pyromancer with the Illusion Rune. You got a Moraxis here, of course, so needing to make sure not to put himself too far forward. Look at Magnus bottom lane chasing out Bubbles. He's going to force it to fall back and pop a health potion right here. But how is Messera doing? He's 8 and 3 against Bubbles, who's 9 and 3. But it's actually managing pretty well off right here. This bottom lane.
Sure is. Not sure if he should have used that Lava Surge though for harassing the Bubbles. Sure, it's nice that Bubbles burned through his health pot, but now there's no pressure whatsoever. And Bubbles can literally like last hit with ease. Versus his Magnus, but as long as Magnus gets the last hits and can get a bottle ferried down here with the courier, I mean, then he's going to be in a great spot. See, Torturer knew something was up. Pyromancer trying to set up a flank, so he falls back before Parasite is back up here, but Cthulhuphon also is. Oh. I don't like the Parasite is rotating up there again. I feel like he should be putting pressure on the Magnus at the bottom. I mean, I just noticed that, like, the Lava Surge was used and he doesn't have any mana. That should be some communication between the Bubbles and the Parasite. He'll say, come down here, Magnus can't escape. We got a free kill here. Going top really serves no purpose whatsoever. I mean, sure, they can get a kill on Soul Stealer, but, I mean, he's not necessarily the guy who you need to kill either. I mean, he's going to recover whatsoever.
Well, they're going to try for something right here. In fact, Cthulhuphon tramples in aggressively. Torturer's done on top of that, but Cthulhuphon, he's now in a horrible spot, actually, and Fine will end up falling. Yeah, not sure about that.
All right, so it's working out at least for the Parasite now. He got one kill. He definitely needed that because his farm is going to be lacking if he continues to be here at the top. But, yeah, that was questionable by... Fine, but nice execution by the Legion.
Yeah, he definitely could have just kept running or even used a trample to get away, and he would have been more than fine. But, well, go figure. Yeah, it's one man up, and again, Soul Stealer just wasn't there. The communication is not on cue, and ends up falling to them. So, yeah, Parasite happening to be there at that point. He picks up his second assist of the 2 kills in total.
Mid.
In this game, and now in the middle lane, Parasite is coming in right here. Leech on a Chipper. You got Swiftblade diving. He has the Swift Slashes, and he'll get it off. Close enough to the point where it did not bounce to a creep. Far away enough, I should say. And Chipper goes down. So Pee-wee had a great idea of that, and yeah, if you're Chipper there, it's definitely a case of like, am I just far enough, or do I want to stay next to these creeps? And
I think that if you would have had like a split second. More there, Chipper, I think the Swiftblade ultimate would have been broken because of the lack of vision, but just being able to get the last jump off and getting the kill, so nice.
Yeah.
Parasite has been really active, and I mean, it is paying off, and as long as it's paying off, I mean, I don't have anything against it, but at the same time, I like to see Parasite try to prioritize their farm a little bit more at the same time.
GPM chart, again, nearly 400 gold per minute right now for Swiftblade when you got 2 kills in that middle lane as a solo. Kind of makes sense there. Safe to say he's dominating that middle lane matchup, specifically on the hero kill scores. Now, Creep Farm, actually, Chipper even slightly.
Oh, bottom.
As bottom lane, though, Magnus, he's going to make a play here. No. He didn't have enough mana for his Eruption. Probably would have been bad to use it. In fact, he's going to be turned on here. Cupfield comes out, and now Swiftblade is in. He would have been better off just taking the stun initially. He's going to try to make the juke right here. He doesn't have Steam Bath. Oh, that's big.
I don't think you know for a fact that Swiftblade didn't have ultimate.
Yeah.
Because he could have easily lived through that if he has played it correctly, but it felt like all the time like he was trying to avoid that Swiftblade ultimating him.
Yeah, it's looking sloppy here early on now. They're going for their first kill at the top lane. They may get it on Panny. Yes, they will. Demon Hand connects from Soul Stealer to take out Pyromancer. And actually could be more. Chipper's running in and catches Moraxis. And the chainsaws go down to guarantee kill onto him. So Guifix falls in. Back-to-back kills kicking in now for Team Grief. So they finally get on the board and do it pretty decisively right there.
Yeah, no Arcane Shield on Meraxus yet, unfortunately. Otherwise, it could have blocked the rockets, and he can gain a movement speed to get away, but choosing not to get it so far, which is understandable, seeing as there is nothing he can really block at the top lane.
See Ghost Marchers
Magnus, though, dominating the bot lane in general.
Yeah. No, I mean, he's still up in GPM even after that death. Over Bubbles, that is, so. I mean, is that... Are you surprised?
No, I don't think... No. Yes, I'm surprised. Or I don't think he should win that matchup whatsoever. I think it comes down to the fact, like, we did check into the lineup a little bit. Just when the Magnus used his Lava Surge, for example, that's the timing. Bubbles needs to harass the Magnus all the time. Like, if he reaches the Marchers plus the Bottle combination, then he's going to be able to cover every single bot rune as well, and he's going to be able to outlast hit the Bubbles and out-harass him from the lane. But as long as Bubbles, like, uses his Shell Surf, I mean, I know it pushes the lane at times, but still, you should use your spells all the time as the Bubbles. Just try to pressure the Magnus as much as possible, because it is the Bottle timing that you just can't allow him to get.
No bottom lane Magnus. He needs to react in time. He does. That was so close. The stomp from Morax. You saw the face hug was going to be falling. I mean, that's definitely a dead Magnus if he gets caught by any of that, but he just had enough of a reaction right there to pop that Lava Surge and skirt on out of there. So, I mean, that's 3 players trying to come together for a kill and ultimately get nothing out of it. Good use of the resources. Swiftblade. He picks up a kill on the find, though. Was that an ultimate? Yes, it was.
Yeah, he actually gets stunned by the Cthulhu stun after his ultimate kills the Cthulhu.
Oh, bottom. Out of there. Bottom lane, though. Eruption, unnecessary. He'll even cancel it because there's no point at that time. But good job by porting in from Chipper. Mighty Marcus being active as you would expect from a Chipper to make some plays happen. But yeah, Pee-wee is one of these carry-style players, and he's back on the scene now. Got to remind ourselves that he's definitely, he reminds me a lot of like a Slicks. You know, he's very aggressive. He loves to really be involved early on in the game, and looks to get kills. And he's doing that here, 3-0-1 on the Swiftblade. So I wonder what kind of build he's going to go for. Actually, will we see the Abyssal Skull? You think, and or will he actually go something different?
I would like to see something a little bit different if they're going to keep up the pressure. It's tough though, because Meraxus and Bubbles, I'm going to add now, seeing as he dies again, are definitely not having a good time. So I mean, you could just say that, okay, we're going to sit back and farm instead. We're probably not going to be able to keep up this pressure for too long.
Yeah.
He's not going to be able to get those solo kills for so much longer, because everyone in the Helmut team are going to get their levels and the support necessary to survive. So I would say that Abyssal Skull works. It depends on what they want to accomplish, but Chipper and a Parasite.
Chipper is found by Parasite right here. He's going to try to turn the other direction now. He has chainsaws. Might as well use it. Yeah, he's going to use it right here. Do some good damage to Moraxus. Is going to be enough. No! Magnus, he was running in. He is able to stun onto the cliff, though, and he gets the kill. And now he has to make the escape, however, and I think he should be fine. It looks like it, yeah. There's no way they're catching up to him.
Was considering. He started running, but then he started running back again. If he would have gone straight away, he would have had a Magnus.
Committed to it, yeah, but he doesn't. And Magnus picks up what ends up being a refreshment rune right there, and he'll run away from there. So, yeah, Swiftblade even spending a little bit of time, again, ultimately does go, but because of that hesitation, got there way too late in the end, so...
Unfortunately, I think he was afraid that he was going to waste time, so...
yeah, right.
Ended up wasting more time. Stay mid, but then his team was like, go, 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 and then he ends up wasting time anyway.
Yeah, Axerin, though, doing his own thing at the top lane, and he's doing very well at it. 380 gold per minute. Even got another kill on a Bubbles bottom lane. Pyromancer, he's going to be found again. And again, Mighty Marcus really showing us why Fresh decided to ban this hero against him. He's a very active player, and sure, hey, he has 3 deaths, but he's 3-3-1 overall. He's definitely getting involved here early on.
I like this from the Team Grief, that they are playing this offensive and just not being afraid of actually moving around and just leaving your lanes. Like, you don't necessarily need to sit by your lanes like forever, so to say. I mean, as long as you disappear from your lane and you're not visible on the minimap, I mean, everyone on the Legion side are just going to have to fall back.
Okay, did he sell it? He does. Darn it. You know what? Here I am sitting here like thinking about comparing him to Slicks. Pee-wee, and I was actually going to say, like, you know what Slicks would do? He'd buy a portal key. He actually bought a portal key there for a sec, and he buys it again. Is he actually going to keep it? I think he is.
I think he's just having it. Yeah, he is.
He didn't want to show it the first time, so he actually gets it, and this is why he gets a portal key. Never mind. I thought he was going to jump in, but he decides.
I mean, he can sell it again, and then just like pick it up and just be like, okay, maybe I can get a kill with it. If I don't, I sell it. But
bottom lane, though. Oh, the big burst on the Torture. At least they pick him off. Parasite's forced to go on the Hell Cannon before he dies. Magma stuns in, though. He's still going to try to get a kill, and he will get a kill. Macera loves this hero, man. He plays it so well. 3-1-2. Double tap for him right there. Fantastic coordination coming out. But, well, I mean, this is a very action-packed game. 8-7 hero kills. Only 20 minutes into the game, so we're looking at 15 in total.
Taking advantage of their early levels here at the Hellborn side. I like it. I mean, there's really no reason why not. Like, if you have this early aggression going, I mean, don't stop. I mean, just keep it up. I mean, even increase it. I mean, you don't really have to be in the mid whatsoever for the shipper. He can just sit in the Hellborn Forest or even in the Legion Forest and force Meraxes away from farm and also the mid hero potentially away. I mean, Swiftblade is a little bit hesitation whether or not he should go down there.
Yeah.
As you can see, I mean, he's standing uphill. He doesn't really dare to last it quite yet, simply because Shipper is not showing on the lane.
Swift slashes. So that's why he gets the portal key. So, but yeah, exactly. That's Slicks was known for doing this on Swiftblade. It allows you as a Swiftblade to just jump in and ulti in prime position. And look at this. I mean, he has the Invis rune. He's gonna maybe try to go for something else now. Not going to happen there, but man, 4-0-1 Swiftblade. And it's not because, he's sitting in lane farming and he just happens to be getting kills. He has been all over the map here.
Oh, yeah. I like the idea, definitely, behind his pull key. I mean, him being active. They are going to go for the Soul Stealer at the top. I think this is going to be successful. Wow.
There we go. He's going to Soul Burst. He thought about it. Wouldn't have mattered anyways. Wouldn't have happened because the silence comes out and easy kill onto him. You saw how fast he got bursted down. Is that a Lex that I saw too? Yeah. Lex on Parasite here, so that's becoming a more obviously powerful item on a Parasite.
Fury really carrying his team right now with this portal key build. As long as they keep up the pressure, I mean, it's fine going for the portal key. Usually, when you are going for this kind of gank build, you would want to have some kind of semi carry or hard carry to actually sit back and fall back to if you were to fail. And Magma's gonna go down. You shouldn't be too overconfident. I mean, even though you got some kills here as a Hellborn team in the early game, I mean, do not let it slide too easily, because if Meraxes gets his portal key, then the Legion team is definitely back into the game. Yeah. They're actually ahead in gold and experience.
They are, yeah. And again, it goes back to Pewee and what he's been doing here, kind of controlling the pace here for his team, even as the carry. Not often that happens, but he's been doing that, and most certainly absolutely a big reason. In fact, top lane again, Haxerin. If there's one big downside of a Soul Stealer, it's most certainly he is vulnerable big time. And now Cthulhu is in trouble as the spinning Swiftblade comes in. He doesn't have Swift Slashes. It's not necessary, though. A double tap for Pinky Curdy. And now they're getting a pretty good lead here themselves. 3,000 goal lead, 4,000 experience, and I got to say that's the biggest lead we have seen so far. By either
I'm
team.
really baffled. I did not expect this to turn out like this. I mean, it's all about Pewee and also Parasite and Bubbles staying up here, just putting pressure on the Soul Stealer all the time. But I mean, 5 minutes ago, I would say that it was close to game decision already. Seeing as Magnus and Shipper was just completely owning that bot lane, shutting down the Meraxes. But now, I mean, look at this. I mean, Pewee is all over the place.
It's like, what can you do about it? Yeah, he's just going to spin away, so Chipper really can't do much about that. He needs that Staff of the Master, man, and obviously that's still a long ways away. And he's going to continue to chase, actually, but Parasite, ooh, he has a face hug up now. If he can get it off right here. No, it's going to be close, but yeah, cannot do it. Bottom lane, though, in the meantime, we do see another kill happening. You got more Axis being chased back by Cthulhu, but they got the kill on a Magnus just prior to this. And back to the top lane? No, that's an illusion. Okay. Well, they're playing very well. I think it's a simple way to put it.
I don't know. Masira, I mean, he played really damn well. I mean, first game and the start of the second game. But, I mean, he's also, I mean, when you... Wow, another kill is just happening all over the place. But when you get these early levels, especially as a suicide hero, you better not feed afterwards, because you are such a high level compared to all the other heroes. And giving away, he's level 11, and he's died 3 times in a row now, pretty much. I mean, do you know how much experience that is for the entire Legion team? I mean, they are 7k experience ahead now. They were close, or even 2 minutes ago, but now they're all over the place. Playing really damn well.
And Soul Stealer, although he has a lot of potential to recover, I mean, seeing him at below 300 gold per minute now, that's got to be pretty painful for Team Grief over here. But they are trying to make plays themselves. Again, they have kills themselves, definitely. And they had the lead earlier on because of that, as they have 8 in total right now. But you got the Veiled Rot on a Magnus looking to try to make a move. You see a portal key picked up by Bubbles right here. And Look at the gloves of the Swift on Pee-wee. So I wonder if that's going to turn into an Alchemist Bones, actually.
I hope not.
I mean, what else? What else? I mean, let me double check. But I mean, there are other options, but like Sanitarius.
Oh, the Parasite.
Oh, the Parasite. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, even more offensive. Just jump on them with the freaking Elder Parasite activated, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of it. I feel like Steam boots into the Ghost Marches are offensive enough. Maybe try to think a little bit more about the late game, but yeah, I mean, that's the only thing that I can really see. I wouldn't say that it's going to be an Alchemist Bones in this game.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like trying to look at this Hellborn team. Would there be a reason for that? And not really. I mean, there we go. Well, there's the answer. So.
What did he pick up? Was it
Elder Parasite? Yeah. So he's gonna have that. A couple of items. Look at the collapse, man. Magnus
this
just
is insane.
All of a sudden had no clue what hit him. But however, Swiftblade, he doesn't have spin. He doesn't have mana for it. He's gonna be taken out. That's his first death of the game. The streak stopped as a result. And now Parasite's forced to run back right here. Veiled Rot Pyromancer running in. More access here as well. Doesn't have his own portal key, but still going to try to chase down this Chipper. Regenerate on a Cthulhu Fawn, allowing him to get a trample up, possibly. Matrix activity misses a trample, though. And Parasite not going to go in. However, the explosion happens. Torture goes down. Big burst on a Cthulhu Fawn. He goes down as well. And it's a double tap for Guifix, playing the Moraxis, and Chipper just sits in the background. But great pursuit.
I find being a little bit too offensive in this game. I don't know. I mean, that's the second time he's like trampled in instead of trampled out. He's putting himself in a very terrible position.
Chipper, he misses the Rocket Barrage and a Pyromancer. That's going to give him some time to fall back. No portal key, but he's running in.
He was a 2K gold.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he was, wasn't he? Yeah, he's lost quite a bit. He's a 4 deaths now, so. And actually, look at Moraxis. He goes back in and he picks up another kill.
This game is crazy. This game is absolutely freaking crazy. Like, I can't believe what I'm seeing. I mean, DsBn is just, like, destroying this Hellborn team.
19-10 hero kill advantage in favor of DsBn right now. So, yeah, it has been totally in their control in this last, well, 5-6 minutes at least. But, yeah, the Elder Parasite
it feels like forever, but, I mean, it hasn't been.
It's only 19 minutes into the game, exactly, so. Really not the biggest deal,
I love what I'm seeing, at least. I love this offensive playstyle. I think that is like what you as a team should look to do at all times. Just see the possibilities. Just try to be creative, do new things. Like this, this pull key. I mean, it's not the kind of thing that you can pick up every single game and accept to work. But sometimes you see the possibility. Pee-wee definitely did. He felt like, okay, maybe a pull key is actually good in this game, and he's like completely turned the game all around.
Yeah. Yeah, we've definitely been giving credit to like Macera, Mighty Marcus earlier on, but it's on the other side of the spectrum. And Pee-wee, Guifix as of late, especially Pinky Curdy's been doing. I mean, 4-0-7. That stat line obviously reflects it itself. So I just can't get over though this slick style build, or maybe we should call it the Pee-wee style build here on Swiftblade, the Portal Key and the Elder Parasite, and just how well it's actually working. It's just been fantastic to watch. So. What do they have? 3 portal keys now. Wait, what?
Yeah, exactly.
What?
Wait, what? I don't know. That is just overdoing it.
I just don't see the logic at all. Like, what is the logic?
I mean, the logic is to get close in, use the face hug at the same time as the Swiftblade is jumping in with the portal key, and just lock down, for example, the Magnus. But I mean,
why not?
I don't know.
Portal key then, for cheaper.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't know. That just seems odd, but...
Puzzle box, for example, he could have had puzzle box level, what, 2 almost now?
Yeah.
Wait, is he getting a kill with it?
Yeah, he's going to find a kill. I mean, that's not surprising. Again, I get the concept. It's just like, he could have also done that with a portal key right there, I'm pretty sure. But
he doesn't get the extra attack damage.
That's true. That's
125 bonus damage. So I'm not sure if it would have been enough, seeing as Magnus was close by, but...
No, you're right.
I don't know.
Maybe not. maybe he just showed us right there why he got it, and... So we need to shut up now, but it's
exactly.
that's
I wonder if the Hellborn team even picked up on this, if they thought he was just in a Wild Hunter or something. That's usually what you think when a Parasite jumps in next to you.
Yeah, the last thing you're expecting is an Assassin Shroud, so that's crazy stuff. They get the tower kill, because, you know, and I was just about to say, too, like, that's one of those times where you're like, okay, they're having fun with this. But at that point, they're only up like 4,500 gold and 6,000 experience. But it's growing now even that much more since the minute we've just been talking about it here. But still, It's still not an over game yet. I mean, this is still not a game that's like out of hand to the point where it's like might as well move on to game 3. But
oh, yeah. One combination from the Hellborn team with Magnus Eruption and Associated Ultimate,
yeah.
and the entire game is just flipped.
Oh yeah, no, that's the potential is definitely there. And you saw Haxer, and he went the Mighty Blade first again. I mean, this is kind of a typical thing. And then he buys the Portal Key, and now he's going to follow that up with a Shrunken Head. And you know, once he gets that Shrunken Head, that's you look at the Legion team. It's going to mitigate a lot here, and really free him up to do what he wants. So that's most certainly a valuable pickup. And he once again has kind of climbed back up in the GPM here. He's up to 340 now, after dropping below earlier. But Swiftblade remains on top of that 411 goal per minute mark.
Yeah. Kitolfand once again going for the Portal Key though. Even though the Hellborn team is the ones that are being defensive, I'm sure, I mean, you can use it in a way to like prevent ganks when one of your teammates are under attack. You jump in and prevent them from killing him. But they're not going to have anyone to be in front. They have the focus buffer on Shaper. They can put that on Kitolfand, but I still feel like they should have something different. I mean, Legion team got a Miraxus being in front, so they can easily take team fights. Hellborn team, yes, sure, they got a combination with a Magnus Soulstealer Shipper Ultimate, for example, but I don't think they're going to come to the point where they can actually pull it off unless Kitolfand is in the front trying to soak up some damage.
Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely has great potential for that, especially with the hook him and whatnot, but yeah, I was also looking at, again, the catch potential. They have the 3 Portal Keys. They got the Assassin Shroud Parasite. I can't believe I'm saying that still, but it is what it is. And I'm trying to sit here and think what Pee-wee's going to be going for next. I mean, obviously, with his item build already, it'd be almost silly to try to guess. But, I was thinking Shroud, exactly. That's where I was going. It's like, I mean, on him, it makes a lot more sense, for one, and two, that's just the style that they're playing here. There's just a very constant go, just in your face out of nowhere. And it feels like that would be a great item for that. So, yeah, I mean, he's sitting on nearly 2,500 gold, so if that's the case, a little bit longer.
Yeah, Torture is really poor as well, only having those red marchers, so he's not going to be able to afford the dust and, rewards for unlimited of time unless... or if Swiftblade picks up that Shroud of his.
Yeah.
That's one of the keys that you should look up for as well when you're going for an item like that. If you're going for a Shroud, I mean, how well are the enemy team supports doing, for example? Because they are the ones who are usually picking up the dust or having free item slots. If they don't have the money for it, I mean, you're not going to find as many rewards out on the map. And therefore, it's a lot more likely chance that your Shroud gank is successful.
Mm-hmm. Looks like they're good to go. Let me check the other series here. Let's see. Solaire Club. Wow. Solaire Club is dominating in game 2 as well. Man.
Wow.
Solaire Club really taking it to undercover Haunt Agents there. And that I definitely got to say that's a little bit of a surprise. I mean, Solaire Club, not to take credit away from them, but that's... Especially the dominating, I think, is what's really, like, sure, winning 2-0 in the end is fine, but the way that they're doing it, it seems like they're just caught them off guard or something.
Like undercover Hoon Agents underestimated Solaire Club big time.
Yeah.
I mean, I know them pretty well, all the players, and so they've been around for a long time, and they definitely can pull through when it is tournament. I mean, they're different in tournament than, for example, scrims, and I don't think that undercover Hoon Agents really have paid any attention to the gold division, for example, during season 3, so they're probably completely unaware of what kind of a team Solaire Club really is and what they'd like to run. But if you underestimate, for example, Cannondorf and his farming ability, then you're going to be like, then you're going to take a beating.
Yeah, and that's kind of what's happening there. So again, Solaire Club on the verge of being the 7th team to qualify of the 8 total for the $20,000 Deadeye Bounty League. The 8th team would be the winner from this series here. And right now it looks like a Game 3 is very possible with Team Grief up 1-0, and DsBn very strong here in game number 2, but 23.5 minutes in, definitely still early, but you see 21 hero kills for the team, nearly averaging a hero kill per minute themselves. Very impressive, definitely, and showing no signs of slowing down. So we're going to see if it is an Assassin Shroud or not, because he has the gold for it now. On Swiftblade, it's sitting at 3,500 gold here. Maybe it'll be like a straight-up Shrunken Head, even. No, you wouldn't want that. Never mind. No, with the Elder Parasite. So, not often we see an Elder Parasite, so I really don't think about that. But That's usually
Good point.
not a
Yeah,
good
it's
thing
been
to do.
quite some time actually since I've seen a Parasite in a competitive game.
What is going on here? Assassin Shot Parasite freaking Spell Sunder on Moraxis.
What?
I don't know.
I mean, they stack with the Morax's ability, but
I guess. It's
feel like
it's hard to tell if they're trolling here or if there's actually legitimate value in what they're going for. Parasite again. He's going to find an opportunity, but he gets caught himself. There have been big jump down from Moraxis, and the background of the follow-up is here, including Swiftplay that cuts through them. And they get 4 dead right off the bat. Magma trying to get away. GG, well played is called. And there's the game. Wow.
GG, well played. Seriously, they're giving up. Wow, they are so demoralized.
Exactly. And that's, knowing that you have another game, then why not? If they were down 1-0 at that point, maybe I could agree with you, being like, yeah, they should probably at least try to stick it out. But you know what? Just move on to the next game, because clearly that was that was just a hell of a game there from DsBn.
That was
Very
really
well
done
played.
well by DsBn. I didn't think they had it, or like they had it in them to actually be able to pull off like coordinated gangs like this, and picking up those kind of items, just catching Hellborn teams so off guard and just doing it so well. I mean, big shout out to like their entire team actually. It didn't look too promising when they picked up the Moraxis and went for an offensive try and kind of losing the early game. But I mean, they came through big time. They definitely had a plan with this lineup, and yeah, credits to all of them.
Showing the instant replay right here, and it's like I don't even know how they died still, but it's just all of a sudden they're just all dead. Maybe the Spell Stunner Moraxis was the key right there, as far as that's concerned. But no, hell of a game there by DsBn. I agree. I mean, that was a team effort. Obviously, we can call out maybe a couple players MVP.